but some flunked out Gnosticism shit. You know what I'm saying? So Yada Bale came from Asherah or some goddamn Sophia or some stupid ass shit like that. So it'd be the head of the dragon, and since the head of the dragon is a lion face, it's a correlation to the Sphinx or the or Leo energy or the sun being in summertime in Cancer, and since it's Masonic, they probably worship the Leo aspect, the fixated portion of goddamn in summertime. So like Stargate type of shit and Kemet Days type shit. So Yada Baoth is basically an allegory to the snake. You know what I'm saying? Our desires. And our desires get birthed from a woman. Our emotions. The Catholicism just did it with Eve in their own other kind of way. But in Gnosticism, Yada Baoth is born from a woman. A woman is a different name for an emotion. You ain't got no desires if you ain't emotionally connected to something. If you ain't emotionally connected to something, you can care less about having that in your life. So desires, Yaldabaoth, the demiurge, get created by emotions. This is how women became demons, not females. Even though y'all got a lot of the same, that's energy, but it's not talking about that. It's talking about because we, as all of us as male and females, got feminine and masculine energy. The feminine energy in this aspect is talking about your emotions create desires. So later on, they started to create other type of spiritual systems like Catholicism and stuff like that because they figured out different ways to get out of your desires, aka your men, your logical thoughts. So they try to take out all the women and put men there. That's the actual concept of why a real occult priesthood changed the new Bibles into being man driven and then white man driven at that.
So the main thing that kind of stood out to me was just one, boom. So many things. Like, first of all, if we all came from a woman and our game from a woman, like, if we're really going to look at woman as being the feeling, if you all came from a feeling, if you came from an emotion, if you came from a connection, if you got your game just off connection, just off emotion, just off the feeling, and you got your name. Some of y'all got your name off of a cold ass feeling. I'm gonna let you know. I saw the name and I'm like, that one. That is the one. Like, off of a feeling, off of an emotion, off of a connection. If we all I wonder why we hate our women. The occult practices is why we hate our women. Why we hate like what it is that we desire. Like, and we want to replace that with some thought, with some logic, with some real fucking logic. So like, bruh, that video is just like on one when it comes to just like that's that little moment of just, I wonder why we hate our women and why we rape our women, because it can become chaotic, it can become disastrous, like if you are constantly living out of emotion, especially if you're the thought has only it took you so far, especially where you build an emotion. Like sometimes when you act out of emotion, like in the midst of emotion, like that's where you got your game from, that's where you came from, that's where you got your name from the woman. But then like when it gets like a bit chaotic, like you done been in some polar extremes, like shit get, undeveloped, then there we go. So, bruh,